Hello everyone, welcome to Tennis Fan Video. Alexandra Eala is back in action, set to play in her first ever main draw at Indian Wells. However, Chris Eubanks seems worried that the Filipina sensation might not be given the appropriate treatment that she should command. After all, with a fan base that is large and passionate enough to rival any within the sport, they will almost certainly turn out in their thousands to support their new hero. With that in mind, Eubanks has called for the organizers at the BNP Paribas Open to ensure they make the right call with Alexandra Eala. Chris Eubanks calls for Indian Wells to make big Alex Eala decision. Speaking with Tennis Channel Live, it was actually Coco Vandeweghe who began, discussing Eala's popularity as a video of her signing autographs in California flashed on screen. She claimed, "Swarmed is right. You can get as close and personal with your favorite players. And that's why I always say this event, the BNP Paribas Open, is the best fan experience you could possibly get." Alex Eala, having her first opportunity at the main draw here at Indian Wells. That's how fresh and new she is to this game. And that's what the excitement is, how far she can go. I think these courts will suit her game a lot better because everything gets slowed down for the lefty to be able to start working the angles, working that forehand line. But she's in that killer section of where all those big hitters are. She's got to get through some big players to be able to even contend in the round of 16. Eubanks then chimed in, offering his plea for the tournament schedulers. Yeah, but I think that this fanfare that she's been getting over the past few months can call some players to do some incredible things. We saw it in Australia. There were mobs and lines of people to make it to her side courts. Hopefully, we're able to get her in a big court, so everyone is able to stay safe around the grounds because there's going to be a large number of fans coming to support Alex. Look forward to that. You highlighted the conditions. I think she prefers a bit faster conditions. I talked to some players. They said the courts are playing a little bit faster this year than in previous years. So we're going to see if she's able to kind of find a good mix there. But overall, excited to have her here. Excited to see the energy that she brings and her fans bring, because we know we're going to have some fun atmospheres out here today. Eala will also play doubles with Iva Jovic at Indian Wells this year too. Indian Wells cannot make the same mistake as the Australian Open with Alex Eala. As Eubanks touches upon, Indian Wells has to learn from the Australian Open's mistake regarding Eala. After all, the first Grand Slam of the year severely underestimated the level of support this 20-year-old sensation would command, even if it was just her first round match against Alicia Parks. Scheduling her to play on Court 6, which boasts a capacity of just under 1,500, there were hundreds of fans surrounding the arena, unable to grab a coveted seat to watch their beloved Eala. Fortunately, many events have since learned from this mistake. But with Indian Wells boasting almost all of the biggest names in the sport, it might be difficult to uphold this new strategy. Eubanks, clearly well aware of Eala's star power, will be hoping the organizers can see sense and provide her with the top billing, even if she might not be ranked as high as some of her peers. The Desert Sun at Indian Wells has always been a stage for rising stars, dramatic comebacks, and moments that shape tennis careers. This year, however, one storyline has quietly captured the attention of fans and players alike: the remarkable rise of young Filipina talent Alex Eala. And among those paying close attention is American tennis player Chris Eubanks, who recently shared what he genuinely hopes the Indian Wells organizers will do for the 18-year-old sensation. Eubanks, known for his thoughtful perspective on the sport, didn't hesitate when discussing Eala's situation. In his view, tournaments like Indian Wells have a responsibility, not just to the top-ranked stars, but also to the next generation fighting for their breakthrough moment. For Eala, that moment could come on the iconic courts in the California desert. The young left-hander has been building a reputation as one of the most exciting prospects in women's tennis. A former junior Grand Slam champion, she has already shown flashes of brilliance against experienced players on the professional tour. Her game combines aggressive baseline play, impressive court coverage, and a level of composure that belies her age. Yet, as Eubanks pointed out, talent alone doesn't guarantee opportunity. Tournaments often face difficult decisions when handing out wild cards, those precious entry spots that allow rising players to compete against the world's best without needing the ranking to qualify. For someone like Eala, A wild card into the main draw of a prestigious tournament such as Indian Wells could be transformative. And that's exactly what Eubanks hopes to see. He spoke about how important these chances can be, recalling how exposure at big events allows young players to test themselves on the biggest stage. The experience of playing in front of large crowds, dealing with media attention, and facing top opponents can accelerate development in ways that smaller tournaments simply cannot replicate. Eubanks believes Eala has earned that opportunity. In his eyes, her dedication, results at the junior level, and growing presence on the pro tour make her a perfect candidate for a spotlight moment. Giving her a chance in the main draw would not just benefit her career. It would also give fans something exciting to watch. After all, tennis thrives on new stories. Indian Wells has a long history of introducing future stars to the world. Players like Naomi Osaka, Carlos Alcaraz, and Iga Swiatek once arrived as promising youngsters before becoming global champions. For Eubanks, the possibility that Eala could follow a similar path is exactly why the sport must continue investing in emerging talent. There is also a broader impact to consider. Eala carries the hopes of a growing tennis community in the Philippines and across Southeast Asia. Her success is inspiring a new generation of players in regions where tennis is still developing. A big opportunity at Indian Wells could amplify that inspiration, proving that global representation in tennis is expanding. Ultimately, Eubanks' message was simple but powerful. Sometimes the future of the sport isn't just about rankings or statistics, it's about belief. Belief from tournaments willing to take a chance, belief from fellow players who recognize potential, and belief from fans eager to witness the next breakout star. And if Eubanks gets his wish, the bright lights of Indian Wells might soon shine on Alex Eala, giving the tennis world a glimpse of what could be its next great story. Tennis Sparkles, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.